Welcome back, guys. We're back for another round. We are in the round of 16.
Yeah, round 2 of this cut here. I'm sorry about the break in between round 1 and 2 there, guys. Deck checks took a little bit longer than we thought it would. So we are bringing to you not those names. We have actually got James Duff, Duff man himself, on the left with his water science list versus Kaguri with his earth water.
Just to give you guys a quick update of how the bracket looks so far. So our top 16 players are Mr. Cool versus Takano, Mick Moll versus George Wormsley, the Broodals versus Squall Leonhardt, a John Boy versus Kikyoko, Wee Andy and J.R. Hartley, In Remote versus Aphoria, James D versus Kaguri, our feature match, and then Steve D versus Zav. That brings you the top 16 here at the Winter Cup.
That's it. YYT put in an excellent showing, and Jenny now, all our hopes and dreams for the coming Cactuars rest on her shoulders.
Scotland's representing strong. I saw multiple members reading out that list, and here's one of them now, Duffman. We had him on earlier yesterday with his Water Lightning Science list, and it is a fun deck to play. And the reason that we wanted to pick this one is Earth Water can also give it a run for its money. It's going to be a slower, a more chill, a more methodical game than what we've been used to so far over the weekend. We do hope.
Yeah.
You never know how these things turn out, but one can dream.
Yeah. In the meantime, guys, after round 2, we will be having a lunch break. But I believe we will be getting...
We will be trying to get something interesting to present to you guys in the meantime. So, by all means, don't check away after this round. Even though it is a lunch break, there will be something on stream for you guys to enjoy.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Duff is throwing down his pack in frustration and moaning about the gill. Economics, what can you do?
Come on now, Duff. Get a grip with your Christmas suit.
Pull the Jack Garland, please.
We will also, again, while we're waiting for it all to start, because we haven't seen the deck list yet, we do know what Duffman is running, but I'm not quite sure we're 100% on what Kaguri is using. But we will be bringing you a couple of announcements after the semi-finals, I believe.
Yes, so we will have something for the lunch break, we will have something for the gap between the quarters and the semis, and something for the gap between the semis and the finals. So make sure you do have us live somewhere, so you can keep an eye on us, keep an eye on what's going on. In regards to what Kaguri, or more commonly known Jonathan Ho, is running in his Earth Water list, there are a lot of pretty standard stuff, as you would expect. Earth Water dual colour cards in particular have often been consistently strong. Sophie Sarah Mobius, the first come to mind. Doga. Yeah. Mention him.
Oh, I wonder there's someone in the room that was speaking to Kageyama to try and get him unbanned as well.
You want to unban Doga? Good luck with that.
Unlimit Sophie though, please. That'd be great.
No, we don't want any more 7x losses, double losses even.
It's never any 7x. It's fine.
But as one would expect from an Earth Water, it should play at a slower pace, although I believe there is room to go aggressive / match your opponent's board should you be required to do so. I don't think that's what either of these players are going to really want to do. Certainly I know Duffman's going to want to build up his backups because he's running cards like the Hooded Man, for example, where you want to reactivate those backups and draw that card.
This is true, but at the same time, we do know that Scions has that ability to go wide and go fast. So as much as we are hoping this may be a slow and methodical game, Duff may just put his foot on the pedal and not lift it up.
How will he navigate this? I'm pretty sure he's also running the usual good standard Water Lightning stuff. I imagine, I can't remember quite from yesterday, but Man in Black's got to be in there somewhere, surely.
You would like to think so, but I don't think he's running many more summons beyond the Odin. Again, we haven't seen the full list as of yet, and I can't remember from yesterday because my mind is a sieve.
So there was the Ishtolas. Fire Alphino was in there instead of the Water one.
Yeah.
I think both Ishtolas were in there. He's also got one of the Fire Lightning dual colour.
Yeah, you'd expect so for more S effect fodder and potentially just that unblockable poke for game.
He has gone for the dual colour Urianger. It's pretty easy to get live because Hooded Man removes cards from the break zone, and you only need a card removed from the break zone for the effect.
I thought he was running the mono water or the water Urianger as well.
Dual. It could be running both, but I definitely remember seeing the dual colour one.
Right, okay.
Funnily enough, no dual colour Thancred, and it's been a hot minute since that card was kicking around the tables.
It does feel like a bit of a trap these days. 7 to kind of do nothing for the most part.
7 to get ammied.
Yeah, exactly. And it dies to the Ami. It is a big card. Lightning, especially with Ishtora, does have the ability to give it haste, but it's likely never to make it there.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what? The more I'm thinking about it, the more I think Thancred might have been okay in this room. I mean, I know Amis are everywhere, but it does dodge the Porum bullet because Porum has the limit of, it's either 5 or less or 6 or less. I can't remember off the top of my head.
I believe it's 5. Mm-hmm. But again, even, I suppose you're probably right, a one-off Thancred in a deck, just as a...
It's an option.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have to run it at the 3 or 2 anymore, so...
Mm. Either way, he's clearly built his deck well enough that he's managed to make it to the top 16. Big congrats to him and to Jonathan, of course. Both of these players are well renowned in the UK scene. Seen them at many a tournament on an occasion, both at a local, regional, national, and European level. So this should be a very good, I'm hoping at least a good high quality game where we can watch two minds go to work and try and figure each other out.
Yeah, that would be a good one. But I'm sure we should be getting to around the time where they can stop looking at the deck list, but we're probably just waiting on the judge here.
They get 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And Duff's already got his mascots out. Nice pile of dice there ready for Calgary, Jonathan.
Alrighty.
So, here it goes. The deck lists are being handed.
Do you know what? I am just going to say one thing. We'll be right back. You keep talking.
He's just left me on a loop there. Thanks, Fish. I owe you one. So, while I got you guys on your own, let me know who you think is going to win this matchup. Who's going to take it home? Is it going to be the power of London or the fierceness of Scotland? We've got a very interesting battle on our hands. Looking around the other tables, there is still a mix of 4 colour going about. There's a couple Giga Walls. Fire water, and he's back. Thanks for that.
Yeah, I realised there was it's going to block his damage and stuff, so I had to give it a shout, and I couldn't send you running anymore. Mm-hmm. You've done enough.
Yep, chat's nailed it on the head. This deck list is Steiner approved.
What about Paul Fallon approved?
Aye, that's the seal of approval. Do you know that badge looks awfully a lot like it's the protected seal of origin that I always see on Parmesan cheese whenever I go and buy it from the shop.
It does remind me a bit of a farmer's seal type of thing. Yeah.
Red Tractor.
Yeah, for all you guys who are tuning in who may have not watched that stream before. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
We've just been given a 5-minute warning. But yeah, for those who tune in who may not realise what we're talking about, one of our local players, Paul Fallon, has a badge that we've made for him that we give approval to, and it looks like a farmer's badge. And yeah, if you check out some of our older videos, especially our pre-release video for Opus 21, you'll see that pop up a lot.
Yep, and it's always important to make it official. We've got to put the stamp of approval on it. We want to provide a good quality service, and the badge is the seal of approval. So, obviously, we're seeing a lot of predictions or cheerings for James.
Love for the playmat again as well. Yeah, it is a really nice looking playmat. I love Shocked Vivi on it. It looks great.
The Moogle's adorable.
Smiling Moogle.
It's just happy to be there. And that's what we are. We're just happy to be here. Is that a Final Fantasy IX version of Snap?
Isn't there a card game in Final Fantasy though? Maybe it's that.
I've never played 9, which I know I'm about to get rinsed in for the chat. But
I'm pretty sure there's some sort of card game in it. I can't remember what it's called. It's been a hot minute since I've played Final Fantasy IX. But...
All right, here we go. We got the dice rolls going off. 3 of them.
4 of them. Good counting.
Why are we rolling 4 dice for, guys?
Why are we not?
Tetramaster. Thank you very much.
Yeah, good call.
Thank you very much. I know I need to play. It is on my bucket list. I'm aware it's one of the better ones. Yeah. And I've read up about it.
It was on cheap if you've got a Nintendo Switch.
Oh, I do. I will do that.
Whether it's still cheap anymore, but there's Christmas sales probably, I would guess.
So, a lot of dice were thrown, and because of that, I can't work out who went first or second.
I would base it off of Duff's reaction that I'm thinking Calgary's probably going first, but that's just a guess. It was hard to tell.
I hope so. I'm expecting, in theory, the way this should go is early turns are backups. We're still waiting for those deck lists to come through.
So I go grab them.
John, Vicious going to go grab the deck lists so we can have a browse for you and just highlight some of the potential options and plays that these guys have at their disposal. In the meantime, guys, just let us know what your favourite Final Fantasy game is. There's quite a few of them out there, so you've got plenty to pick and choose from across a range of different consoles of all ages. So give your game a shout out, give it a bit of love so that we can see just what a diverse set of opinions that we have among us in the card game. Also, is Tetra Master worth grinding for 100 hours? Because I do need something to do over the Christmas holidays. Here he is, and here's the deck list.
Gotta be said, Duff gotta stop flirting with me every time I go to the table. It's making me blush.
You was flirting with me last night. What's going on?
He's just a flirt, isn't he?
Right, so I've got Duff's, you've got John's.
Yeah, so looking at it, we got Rosa, Gulluf, Chaos in there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that could be spicy. But only 2 colours, so it's going to be pricey to get that up.
Mm-hmm.
Lot of summons here. Leviathan at 3, Hecaton Share the 5-drop at 2, Mist Dragon at 3.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually playing the Opus 1 Hecaton Share. That's the
backup remover.
Yeah. So
I like it.
Fenrir and Crucid, and then 3-Arc. That's a lot.
So, you know how we were saying it's been a hot while since we've seen Thancred? Yeah, he's played 2.
Wow, okay. So, called it.
We've got the full Scion parade on here. We've got Urianger, both Alpha Nodes, the Fire and the Water one, as well as Graha, Ishtola, both versions, and Thancred, as well as a couple of Hooded Man, a Kane for the Hooded Man, Aranea, generally good stuff in terms of summons. Kukulane, 2 sets of Odins, and some Leviathans. Now, here we go. Sarah, that's the start we want to see. Sophie in the bin as well. Not going to end up in damage.
No, and you're not going to face a Mist Dragon here, so you're really set to get rid of that early. It's great.
Mm-hmm. So, grabs the Kolka. If I'm not mistaken, this is not the Search and Earth character Kolka. It's a discard a card, shoot a forward for its power Kolka, which is, considering he is playing Chaos, is a good way to discard it.
Yeah, and possibly getting rid of some of those those dark cards out of your hand means you don't get too blocked up.
I mean, if we want to be technical, he did just get rid of a dark card in his hand in Shadow Lord.
Yeah, this is a nice little thing that we have seen in people like Paul McAvoy's list, where if you're really struggling to keep your Chaoses around, that Shadow Lord in the late game lets you play that arc for, not free, but cheaper.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, if you do have the Chaos and Shadow Lord on the board and you hit the damage 5, that's not a good thing to happen.
No, yeah, everything goes bye-bye at that point.
Mm-hmm. So Duff is kicking off with an Astrologian, the new one from Opus 21, and it is, look at the top 3 cards, you get one to hand, you put one to the top, and you put one to the bottom. Nice little way of filtering through your deck to set you up for the next 2 turns, because you get what you need to hand now, and you know you're getting what you need to hand later.
And it's the whole not giving your opponent any information as well, which is really nice. Plus the added draw if you're really stuck in the later stages. Following it up with a King of Bermesia. So
I imagine this will be for Kane, to get it in the break zone ready for the Hooded Man.
Yep, it seems like a logical step, doesn't it?
Because King of Bermesia can also search Aranea, of which he's running, but there is the Kane, the Opus 1 Kane from back in the day.
Oh, let's get this up, because it's been a while.
So I remember a lot of people were just throwing in the 2CP Lightning Kane, but they were never playing the Kane anyway. And then if you're playing a Kane that you're just tossing, why not just give it an EX burst just in case?
Yeah, so for those at home, 6-drop, 8k EX burst. When Kane enters the field, choose one forward, it loses 5,000 power to the end of turn. And power reduction, we know, is massive at the moment.
Power reduction is much better than damage.
Yeah, so it's great to see that older cards again coming into this, back into the sort of meta, so to speak.
There you go, and there's an Ico, and that is a arc into the break zone. So we're filtering through those summons, ready for the Une to grab them back later. Ico, when it enters, search a summon, put it into the break zone. Eliminates bricks. You can't draw the arc if it's already in the break zone, and I'm sure Une will grab it back later. The classic Duff move. We saw this yesterday, the Hooded Man on 2 backups.
Yeah, and I will say as well, I like in the Ico here for Kagari, because he does have Echidna to pull that arc back later.
Yep, and there's the cane removed from the game, which means the Urianger is live now.
Yep, exactly that.
Swinging with the cane. What do we hit on the first damage? A Chaos! Big hit. And he's following it up with the Lennart pass. This is the exact same play that he wanted to do on his stream game yesterday.
Yeah, exactly. Now, I'm expecting this has got a few, EX bursts in it, but not as many as we would expect from anything sort of with water in it. So, Lennart may not get as many draws as we would have thought, but that's not necessarily a bad thing.
No, and it's still a backup at the end of the day. And is he playing enough for the S? He's playing 3, so that S effect will be relevant. In the meantime, Garnet Warp.
Yeah, and we can see the Grahat here in Duff's break there already. So we have a target if we can get the S effect. But again, Kagari is playing 3 Mist Dragon. That's going to be hard to contend with.
Mist Dragon really hurts Duff's deck. Alice is one of the key cards, and you want to get your Astolas in the break zone for the Alice. But Mist Dragon's going to mess with that. In the meantime, though, the Garnet is on the clock. When Garnet enters, and because it's entering due to Warp, you'll get to add 2 summons from your break zone to hand. Currently, I think there's only 1, and it's the Arc. But a Whip could change that.
Yeah, that's
a good EX to hit.
It's. I know, as I said earlier, there weren't many X's there, but when you get lucky, you can find whatever you want.
Except he's unlucky because there's a Lennart on the board, and he's chosen not to use it anyway.
Yeah, of course. So we're not going to give that draw to Duff early. And there's a Reeve, another luck effect.
Look at Duff hiding all his cards from his opponent. I want to know what you're doing. It's like Louis Suarez, Sarah, and something else.
Yeah. Power posing Reeve in his lovely suit. Now, we don't see what he took there.
No, we don't know, and Jonathan doesn't know either. Is he just going to play the Louis Suarez ramp to 5? Yes, he is.
I was doing the Streamerline, couldn't see it. Doesn't work.
So, I imagine this will go grab an Alice 8. Yep, there it is. And with the Graha already in the break zone, it means you can go Alice 8 into Graha into, worst case, Alphino. In the meantime, Jonathan using this little window he has to play a 1 CP Moogle on his opponent's turn, effectively creating free CP.
Yeah, this is pretty nice. Now, just ditching a Sarah, yep.
Yep, perfectly understandable.
Perfectly fine. And here we go. So again, still early days. A bit methodical from both players, as we said. Set up pretty key early game here.
This is going to be a back and forth. We're by no means even into the main course of this match yet. They're still loading their arsenal. Garnet's got 1 turn left, and because the Moogle's now in the break zone, there are 2 summons that he will be able to get back.
Yeah. Looking at Kagari's list here, so he's lost the 1 Chaos we know to damage 1, but he still does have 2 floating around in the deck there, so options available still. It is, again, going to be pricey when you're pretty much staring at just 2 colours, but...
I'd like to see another Earth backup as well, and 3 Water's good, but I'd like to see 1 more. I imagine he also is thinking the same thing. He probably wants to get to 5 backups, just to even match Duff's pace. The one thing to note, the Yuna's down. How many summons is Yuna going to make cheaper?
So we've got 3 Leviathan, 2 Moogle, sorry, and that is it. I think that's the only thing in the effects.
So he's playing the Yuna for Moogle's cost 1, so it's just for Leviathans. Okay.
Yeah.
Une in damage. Ooh,
I suppose the Yuna here is a so we've got on the backup line for the Earth backups Iridia, so that would likely be searching the Yuna as your one.
So it's the backup search and backup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yep. Perfectly understandable. So that's probably what he wants to dig for now, is this Iridia to complete his lineup. In the meantime, this hooded man's putting in some work.
Sorry, had to wet the whistle. Absolutely. It's surprising to see it go. No Mist Dragon here.
He hasn't got it.
Wow, okay.
This Graha's coming down.
We are getting the Graha, and we're probably... Can we get an Estinian here? Has he got Estinian in the list? I believe so, right?
There is no Estinian.
Okay.
No Estinian. So it's probably going to be an Alphino.
Yeah, get your search, right?
Or the Urianger. Does it cheaper. It cheaper. Yep, because there's a card removed, Urianger gets you a Cat 14 forwards.
Also, called it was a water Urianger.
There you go, good spot from chat. It's to cast Leviathan with only backups during opponent's turn.
Yeah, don't hate. Again, though, searchable backup as well is always big in any sort of Final Fantasy games.
Why do I feel like Duff's walking into a Toto? I got a sinking feeling.
Yeah, there is 2 in the list, so...
There is 2, and you don't mind losing the Garnet to the Toto, because the Garnet's already done its job just by hitting the board and getting you those 2 cards back in hand.
Yeah.
He does have a Hecaton. Alright, so there's a Hecaton there for a start.
Well, there's not going to be anything that Duff can do about the entry here, but Carrie going to stack on with the Moogle.
One thing to note is that because the Astrologian is there, that is a Cat 14 standard unit, which means Graha is sitting at a 10k beefy boy. Man's been hitting the gym.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to deal with that, but, Shantato doesn't discriminate between power. Let's just get rid of him.
Nope, yep. All are equally removed from the game. He's got the 3 backups up. It's definitely probably a Hecaton, unless he's got the Toto.
Yeah, we're getting calls for Death, Toto, or Hecaton shit. That is the options here.
It's really hard to see what's going on. And these guys are under a lot of pressure. Top 16, we're really playing for the marbles now. I don't know if you guys saw on Facebook, but the prizes advertised.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are playing for some toys.
Yeah, everyone was sort of eyeing up the judge busts, so that should be interesting.
He's thinking, is it worth using the Heka, which deals with 3 out of 4, which is very good because it means he's probably not going to die in the next 2 days. Duff is still sitting on a healthy hand of his own. He's got a Thancred, he's got an Odin, he's got an Alice, and I can't quite tell what the top card is, but it's probably just as powerful. I clocked a Toto. Yeah. I clocked a Toto. There's a Toto in hand.
And it looks like Duff is sat on an Istrola as well, which is nice.
So I think at this point you start with the Toto just to get you to 5 backups, and then what that means is when Duff rebuilds his board, you can slam the Heka as the follow-up.
Yeah. So as we said, we got an Une in hand as well, because if you can save the Hecatonchir for a later date and just start recurring, that'll be real nice as well.
As soon as the Une sticks, it becomes a real problem. Une is one of the most frustrating cards to play against when you know you can't deal with it.
Yeah, exactly. You're never going to block the Grahatir with it unless you want to go and do some sort of other shenanigans. But getting back the Ark, getting back the Moogles, he's going to keep hand strength just by that alone.
He's 3, 5. That's 3 cards. That's 5 and 7 and the Toto.
Guess he's
we're only going for 2. We're only going for 2. Kusith. Okay.
Okay. So what are we getting back here?
Shadow Lord. Shadow Lord? No.
Yeah.
No.
I mean,
did he go for Shadow Lord? No, he's going for Gabranth. Okay.
Is he trying to search Chaos and do it the Chaos Arc way then, perhaps?
He's playing Gabranth. He must be going for Chaos. Yeah. Okay.
Interesting. Like, what you probably...
I mean, he's playing the game on hard mode, definitely.
Yeah.
Easy mode is slam the Toto, and you don't have to worry about this. This is the 200 IQ play.
The problem is you're probably going to expect to get the Urianger, but I suppose you want the 10k... Well, actually, the Grahatir wouldn't be 10k, would it?
Unbeknownst to... She's just throwing it down. Just
get it in there.
Yeah. Just Hadouken that straight onto the board. What is Duff offering up as tribute to Lord Chaos?
Just give up a Urianger, right?
No, you give him the Alice so you can play another one.
Oh, well, there's the Ark. We're getting rid of the Urianger, that's for sure.
Right, so Duff now has a decision to make. He does have the Odin in response, and I believe he has the 5 lightning characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2 get the draw.
Oh, I like this though. Break his own Urianger.
Yes.
Oh, I like this. Good response here.
Because then the Ark won't get the discards.
Yeah, exactly that.
And then he just gives him the Alice, and then he plays another one.
Yeah, and this is the new Odin from Opus 21. Wicked artwork there.
Choose one for... Yes, no, that works. That works.
That's brutal.
And then it's assuming we're correct. Odin breaks Urianger, draw a card. Ark can't. He had 1 backup. He had one. In chat, he had 1 backup up, so he only discarded 1 for. He discards 2, but he gets the draw back because he has 5 lightning characters. Yes, because he's got the Grahard, the Hooded Man, plus the the 3 backups. So he nets 1 back, and he keeps the board.
Also,
he's given the hooded man.
That hooded man should remain tapped, though, right? I'm not sure if Chaos activates this. I guess grab that on stream.
Yeah. He stayed dull, doesn't he?
I'm pretty sure he should stay dull. So you might have to
I
do
will
it
go
just in case, because it might make a difference. Yeah, don't worry, guys. We've already sent Kitty out just to make sure that stays dulled. Caught it straight away. Thank you for that. There we go. Yeah, we're all sorted on that one. So I think that's 3 arc that have gone to the bin so far. I don't think we're going to have to worry about that now. And as you guys in chat have called it, Scions go wide, go super quick. Scions go burr.
Mm-hmm. What's happening? What did I miss?
Nothing so far. It looked like draws. It looks like a lightning in hand for Duff right now, and I think that's what he's sort of leaning towards here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's the lightning. Let's bring this lightning up because it's been a while. It's a draw and a dull, if I'm not mistaken.
This one. Oh, so we got 6 CP Leviathan,
Kukulane, and Ishtola.
Yeah, so you managed to keep the Ishtola in hand from the arc effect.
So I think he needs to play the Ishtola because Graha Ishtola is 8k, which removes the Chaos. The Chaos next turn would just sack that hooded man to break another forward. Although Duff looks a bit annoyed.
Any particular reason we think what's the issue here?
I'm really not too sure. Jonathan played that turn really well, don't get me wrong. He's managed to establish himself a very nice board. The problem is, it's cost him his 2 board wipes to do it, so I don't know if that might come to bite him in the ass. Yep, Tolo the Chaos.
Absolutely. Don't hate this at all. You ain't going to use my hooded man to break my stuff, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And Lightning Swings, because it has haste. Guluff, that's a good hit.
That's a pretty nice hit indeed.
And we are... I'm assuming we're dulling the... No, it doesn't really make a difference.
Yeah, I think you could probably leave the Astola here.
Just swing with the Graha.
Wait for potential blocks and then
There's a
give
Mist
it the
Dragon.
first strike.
There's one of the Mist Dragons we're worried about. Oof. This could be backbreaking, potentially. It depends. Ooh, I think I clocked an Une draw.
The thing is there's no way to give it haste, though.
I think the other thing with Une is you don't really want to bounce any of these back to hand. Do you want to give him a Graha, an Ishtola, a Lightning?
The Lightning is the lesser of the evils here.
It's still a dull and a draw and a haste.
Yeah, but we're going with it. It is up to, though, so you don't have to select a forward.
You don't, and to be honest, I don't think you do.
No, I agree.
I would not give him a Graha. I would not give him an Ishtola. That is removal. That is play. Lightning is pseudo removal with the doll. Not to mention a draw on a haste body.
Absolutely. So, Duff's just checking on the wording here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the matchup here is... I feel like this matchup could have gone either way, as we said in sort of the lead up. Scions can go fast, but quite shocked no Estinian in the list to kind of put that additional pressure.
Do you need it? You're doing pretty well. So here's where I think the logic is that Hooded Man is kind of the pseudo Estinian that I'm very biased towards Hooded Man. I love the cards.
I completely agree. But even again, as a one-off potentially that you can just smash out with a Graha or just top deck for that additional bit of haste would, I think, be really good.
So I'm assuming a backup got bounced. We're missing a water one. The Lena's gone. Sure. And he did the smart thing, and he left the forwards. An Urianger into... Could he do Urianger Thancreds? Or is he a CP off? I'm not too sure.
So Urianger 2?
Thancred 7.
No, he hasn't got.
But he can play the Urianger. Yeah. If he can afford the Thancred, there it is, because it's Thancred.
Yeah.
Dull the Urianger, give Thancred haste, Thancred swing, gain 2. Oof. I think not going for the Toto there may have been the big move.
Yeah, you called it. Kagri trying to play it on hard mode. I like the idea. The double arc was nice, but yeah,
it was the Odin because I was sitting there staring at Jonathan's board and thinking, there's nothing you really want to Odin. You're not really bothered about these, but Odining your own forward, because you get the drawback and then you don't discard 2 off the arc, so it's, in a weird way, it kind of works.
Yeah, it was just unfortunate, or fortunate, depending on whose side of the board you're on. The second arc came down, still, Duff still lost 2 cards from hand, but it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. I will say, that was
a good.
That was a good game.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that a lot. We hope you guys enjoyed that one too. A bit different to Gigawall Mono Ice that we've been seeing scoping around the rooms, and we've got another one to go.
Yeah, well, potentially another 2, depending on how this one goes.
Could he have Totoed if he'd had both Arc in hand? He had 4 backups up and about 5 in hand, so he could definitely Toto. It's just the case of whether he was what he was discarding for the Toto was more valuable. So the Arc wouldn't have stopped him casting it, but it may have clogged it to the point where he really isn't discarding. He's discarding things he really doesn't want to for later plays.
Yeah, and we know at least he had the Kusith in hand as well, and he did have a fat stack in his hand because he'd Moogled and things like that for the couple of turns. So I think he could have definitely have played Ashantar.
I don't know if he milled an Arc to the break zone. And then he used the Gabranth on that turn to search the Chaos. So the Chaos wasn't there. Maybe there was 1 Arc there, but it definitely wouldn't have affected the math that badly.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure if we got the Arc back or whether that was the 3rd Arc that was played. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I think the not playing the Toto there really cost him.
Mm-hmm. So I think remember in chat saying that the Chaos Arc did build a solid board for him. It did. I think the safe route that I saw was you Toto and you keep the Hecker because you're on 5 backups, and if Duff does rebuild, you can just Hecker the board again. But it is what it is. It's happened. Can't think about it now. We've got another game to look forward to.
That's it. You got to let those losses go and try for the round 2.
And now you are on the play. You are able to get that little step ahead. So I believe Duff went first last. It's such a good game. Can't even remember who went first.
There's
too many dice were thrown for that one.
Too many.
No, he did. If he had the Mist Dragon, he definitely would have used it.
No.
Mist Dragon is probably going to be one of the key cards that decides this matchup, more so than Chaos Arc potentially.
Yeah, and again, Kagari is running it as a 3. I think he was just unlucky not to have it. He had the CP open, but just did not see it.
Right, so let's have a look at... Ooh, all right, so Duff's got a Sara. Yep, thank you very much. Yep, that much appreciated. Hecker for Kolka Pass.
Yeah, again, 2 CP Kolka. Mm-hmm. Allows for the discard of the big heavy costs. So
Duff just given a read of Hecker. For those of you that don't know, Hecker is 8k to the board on your turn only. So it is cheap, but it is not reactionary.
Yeah. It's so very standard open here for both sides. So I think...
so I imagine he's going to grab King of Amicia here as the Sara target. Yeah. And then he's saying, I'm paying another 2 for King of Amicia and then just grab the King.
Yeah.
Yep, there's the King.
Speed up play a little bit here, because obviously with an hour and a half to get through potentially 3 games, you could be on a bit of clock if you don't speed things up.
Don't mind this at all, so long as both players are in the know and all chill with it, by all means crack on.
Yeah, and there's that...
Makes our life a bit harder, but there you go.
But there's that Opus 1 King that we were obviously talking about in the first game. Do you think Hooded Man will put in as much work this time?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's it. And now with the Sarah into the King, he has fixed his backups. And the Kane is now live for the Hooded Man. I really like this play, actually. Sarah into King of Amicia, into Kane, ditch the Kane. Your Hooded Man is now live. Here's the Ico. I imagine we'll see an Arc go to the bin. Yeah. Or maybe a Mist Dragon if he wants to garnet at some point. You could go either way, but there's the Arc. Okay, sure.
So he's sticking with his game plan here. I don't hate this. The Mist Dragon's a nice idea, but it could also mean that he already has one in hand.
Mm-hmm. And Jonathan's a very good player. He knows what he's doing. He's very, very skilled. Played against him a bunch of times, and I trust his judgment on this one.
Yeah, seems almost identical, really, to the very first game that we had going here with the stats.
And we spoke of the Garnet. It's in the hand, so he's got 2 backup. He's got the 2 backups active next turn. So worst case, if he doesn't draw a backup, he can just warp the Garnet and potentially load those summons for later.
Exactly.
Hooded Man, show me the Hooded Man.
You thinking it?
1, 2, 3, 4. The cane. Yes! This man is just on repeat. It's like a platinum album that you want to listen to over and over.
I hope we're just not having deja vu, or we didn't have a round 1 and I'm just...
Did the last game just happen, guys? Or are we in the Matrix? Please let us know.
Have you seen a lady with a red dress anywhere?
I don't... Oh.
Okay,
so we're not going to be having a Toto chat.
Well, I don't know. He still has 1 in deck.
Mm-hmm.
So the option is there, at least. You're not... I think... Duff has seen the list as well, so he knows that Kagri is playing too, but he at least knows that he might have the ability to go wide very quickly now, just to buy himself a couple of turns, sort of thing.
Great follow-up with the Astrologian. Not only are you setting yourself up for the next turn, but it's the standard unit Cat 14 backup that makes Graha a beefy boy.
I don't know why I just got the cheeky girls in my head, and you are a beefy boy.
Where did that come from?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's been a long weekend, all right?
Oh, and of course, Astrologian has a second effect. 2 CP tap. Draw a card. Put it in the break zone.
Again, I love this because you're not giving your opponents that valuable hand knowledge, and you also get that little bit of extra draw later if you need it.
As predicted, here's the Garnet Warp. That's on 2 turns. This is
the
exact.
It's like turn for turn almost. Just obviously, I think Duff went first this time.
Jonathan.
No, sorry, yeah, Duff went first. Game 1. Oh, it's so similar. It's hard to keep track of.
All right, so I clock a Lena, I clock a Sarah, I clock an Urianja, and an Irvine. We haven't seen the Irvine come out yet. Irvine, of course, being one of the new legends that Lightning has at its disposal now.
Such a good card.
This is good. Oh, so the thing with Irvine is Irvine removes cards from the break zone. When you remove 2, it gets haste and first strike. But the 2 have to be characters, and Jonathan... I don't even know if he has a single character in his break zone, so the Irvine doesn't work now.
All summons, but I don't hate it going down and just removing the Arc and possibly a Hecaton.
I think Garnet's got another turn to tick over, so I think you wait one more turn and you see the state of Jonathan's break zone going into the next turn, because you can snipe 2 characters and then snipe the 2 summons that you fear the most. You can leave that Moogle there and get rid of the Heca and the Arc and the Mist Dragon in the break in the damage.
So we are 1 Mist Dragon down, 1 Hooded Man.
Oh, he's just going for it now. Yeah, there it is.
I don't hate this, to be honest. Like, it's still now leaving you in a position where you go, okay, do I just deal with a Hooded Man, or do I have to deal with this Irvine?
This Garnet value's just tanked.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden, Jonathan's thinking, I have to put summons in the break zone to make sure it goes off. And Duff goes, cool, remove them.
Let's just hope they... it looks like we're going with a Shantato now. Oh, no,
it's the Chaos. It's the Chaos.
And he's got the Arc. We're dealing with both here. Oh, God.
Ooh, and he's stealing the Irvine in response. And there's no Odin to save him this time.
Oh, no.
There we go. That's how that's supposed to go.
So this is our first change, really, in how this round is played.
I'll tell you what. That Garnet wasn't getting value before. It sure is now.
Yeah, that is absolutely devastating.
Well played.
Yeah, maybe you're right, Duff. Maybe should have just sat on that over him one more turn.
I know. Did Duff get too greedy there? Did he see what Jonathan wanted him to see?
Yeah, perhaps. Maybe the damage there really kind of helped out. Kagri just to be able to go, okay, I've lured him out just a little bit. May have not been by choice, but I'm going to use it to my advantage.
Yeah, I mean, this game's still fairly open. Duff hasn't taken any damage yet. He's sitting pretty on 4 backups, and I'm pretty sure there's a Reeve in hand. So let's say, for the sake of argument, he goes Reeve pass. He's sitting on 5, and he takes 1, 2, 3 points of damage.
But there's a little bit more of a cost to it than that. That Irvine is staring at potentially 2 Graha tiers here.
Yep. Get the Grahas out of here, and you probably never have to worry about...
He does have Alisei, though, but he's not going to be able to pay anything to save on the Graha. Maybe you go with an Urianje?
Let's do the maths here. So let's say, in theory, he goes Alisei, Graha, Ishtola.
He can't Ishtola. So I think his only option is going for the Urianje.
Alisei into the Urianje now?
No, you still go Graha. How many... Let's see on his list here.
The problem with that is you're leaving the Chaos and the Irvine there, and what Jonathan can do is he can swing with the Irvine, remove the cards, and then gobble it with the Chaos, and then remove another forward of Duff's.
Yeah, this is true, but I don't think anything that Duff can do here is going to deal with this, with this Irvine anyway.
So that's why he's drawn the little. So for those of you guys obviously can't see this, but Duff has drawn a little butterfly next to the Irvine name, and I've just clocked it's on the card art. You learn something new every day.
So, just looking at the list, he is running Urianger at 2.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, that option is available, and it doesn't look like he's got the Mist Dragon. Duff very happy with this.
Graha.
Yep.
Discards the Reeve.
So it's got to be going for the Urianger.
There's no other 2-cost Scions that I can see on this list, unless there's some shenanigans going on.
So this would be my guess again.
Yep, here's the Urianger, and he's setting himself up for next turn. What are you searching for?
It's the Estola, right? Surely it's the Estola.
Yeah.
Because you'll have to take the hit on the Irvine this turn, probably.
So what I think you do is you swim with the Irvine, get double removal, and then you gobble the Irvine to kill the Graha. Because the Graha is still 10k.
Yeah. It's because the Chaos's ability is now live.
Yeah.
When it gets to Kaguri's turn here.
And he will also... actually, no, wait. We are completely forgetting something.
What's that?
Garnet's coming in, which means that Ark's coming back in hand.
Oh, God, yes. Oh,
so
that could... But again, though, you're only going to lose the forward. You've got nothing left in hand. Maybe that's the reason that Duff played it this way, is to get as much value out of his hand while he still had those cards.
Well, I think I would have potentially have liked just the Reeve pass, because then you're not leaving a forward to either gobble with the Chaos or kill with the Ark.
Yeah. So he's definitely taking the Ark, and I think it was the Moogle that was still there.
Mm-hmm.
So Irvine coming in while we were moving. Probably a Graha would be my one guess. Urianger perhaps. I'm not really sure, unless you just take it as, two... there's no real summon recursion in this list, though, is there?
For Duff?
Yeah.
No.
So
not really
the summons are a non-issue.
Yeah. He's got 3 potential of 6 CP. If he hits a 6 CP Leviathan off an X-Burst, this game changes in a second.
Yeah. And
because that Chaos just goes before it can gobble.
Yeah. I think that we're trying to prompt a block here. You're probably going to lose the Graha anyway, so you might as well block and try and you force it out,
I don't know. The other thing is, Jonathan doesn't have to gobble the Irvine. He can just keep it and keep swinging with it.
Yeah.
It does become, providing he does wait, it becomes a 9k first strike, which it can't punch the Graha, but it can punch everything else.
This is true, but again, I think you probably, if you let this point of damage through, wasting that Graha here.
Yeah, so it's if Graha blocks, then Irvine gets gobbled. If Graha doesn't block, which I don't think he is, he's doing it.
Should have taken the
just
block.
Just the casual toss. Get him out of here. Let's have a quick glimpse into Jonathan's hand. I see an Unai. That's a good follow-up at some point when he gets more summons in the break zone to remove.
I think here we're having a discussion. I think they may have done the Chaos at the wrong time.
Well, Duff hasn't taken any damage.
Yeah, I think he declared to take damage and then Chaos effect, which means the damage didn't get through.
So, what do you do here? Bouncing the King of Bermesia is powerful, and the Urianger, which is a dual color.
Oh,
and that was
another arc, and we're just going to get rid of everything in your hand.
There's the Odin. There's the Thancred.
Is it too late for this game?
I think at this point it is too late, because Unai survived the death's turn, and it is now going to start nabbing arcs back to hand.
To be honest, I think if you're Duff here, you just pass. Right? You're on no damage. You don't want that out on the board, so That Odin, I think it's got a cost limit on it, right?
No, so it's if you've got 5 or more lightning characters, you also draw a card.
Oh.
So in the previous game, he did have the 5 lightning characters, so he could get the draw.
But he's got no lightning CP on the board anymore.
He's only got the Thancred in hand.
Yeah. So, I think you kill the Unai here.
Mm-hmm.
Because you cannot let that get onto the summons.
Mm-hmm.
But he's let him pass. He's now can activate the ability.
Yeah, this is going to get very ugly very quickly. EX notwithstanding. Well, in chat, out of the 2 games you've seen so far, obviously we're not going to speculate further on this one, so we don't want to know. Who has seemed the strongest in control when they are in control? Where do you feel the tide is turning for this one?
You made me look stupid to chat now. Mm-hmm. Cost 4 or less. I should look at it on screen as well. That would help. Sorry, chat. Mm-hmm. So no, he can't break the Unai.
No.
Okay, so what are we looking at in the hand? Another Lena, is that?
He's got the Lena. He does have the Lena. He does have the Lena.
Lena S effect. Kaguri is tapped out, so the likelihood of a Mist Dragon is lower, but it could be a trap because he does have 3 cards in hand there.
Mm-hmm. There's one in the break zone. I don't know. There's one in damage. I don't know if there's one in the break zone. There's not.
No, there's not. So we can get it from Une at least.
Yeah, I think we're just going to see. Yep, what's he grabbing? The Fenrir. Oh, he's really going for the jugular on this one.
I can't blame him, to be honest.
And he's just gone right back to the break zone. All right, that was a short trip. There's the S effect.
Oh, we're going... Oh, so on the stack of tags in the Fenrir,
right,
we're going to S effect the Irvine, we're going to tag
Yes, good spot,
That is a great play by Duff. Well played. Get rid of the Arc as well. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Great way to respond to the Unai trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the thing is, though, the Chaos is still there, and I think that's only the second Arc. There's one more floating around somewhere.
There's a Mist Dragon. There's the Mist Dragon we were talking. There it is. Oh,
ouchies.
Ooh, that's gonna leave a mark. He is not happy about that one.
You just
throw down the Mist Dragon, beat him while he's down.
Yeah, and I think we're Mist Dragon in that break zone as well. Good lord.
Cards are flying all over the place this game.
Kaguri taking absolutely no prisoners
and
with his draws.
The Rosa with the Unai. That's going to activate. Add another summon, please.
I think it's safe to say here that Duff is on the back foot and probably reeling after that 3rd Arc.
Really? Didn't notice.
No, me neither. Right, so...
it's more banterous. These guys go a while back, and they're just, you can tell they're having a bit of a laugh.
Another Irvine. But if he plays it, then we'll just get the opposite side now. Kaguri responds with the Unai, gets back, the Mist Dragon and that Arc.
Mm-hmm. There's a cost restriction on the on the Irvine S effect. I think it's 5 or less.
Well, let's get it, and
let's get a double checker on that. Just curious for later. Because we do have, as it stands, another game to go.
Yeah, 5 or less, you called it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, chat is absolutely right. Jonathan is an absolutely good guy, and he's very animated, and he is great to talk to about the game.
Yeah, and it makes for interesting watching as well, because as that little response back and forth, cards flying.
You can see the emotions the players are like.
Just
we're on the journey,
by their hands.
We're on the journey with them.
So absolutely loving it. Real back and forth stuff here, but we are at that point now where Kaguri can start maybe getting a few points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So there's the Rosa effect, Unai on the end. Reactivate, sorry. And we're going into his turn.
Mm-hmm. So, what do we have? Oh, really? That's a bit short. Add it back with the Unai. Do it again. Add it back. Yes.
I mean, you can
do it. He's playing with it now.
Stop playing with your food.
He's playing with his
brutal.
Food.
Oh, I don't think I've seen so much backup destruction in such a long time.
This isn't I'm going to beat you. This is I'm not going to let you play this game.
Yeah, I have seen what you can do from the first one. Let's not have that happen again. So we reckon someone in chat reckons he's going to die to deck out. I don't think so. There is too much left.
He's got stacks left.
Absolutely too much left. But again, it's great seeing the low opus hecaton chair coming back in for its circulation once again.
He's playing the safe and brutal route of just not even taking a point of damage, not risking an EX burst, just systematically destroying Duff's board one piece at a time until he will not be able to play a single card.
Yeah, and
then he has his permission to die.
Great reference. The thing is, I think though you could probably start doing the odd poke here. Yes, the chaos being around him, helps for the axe, but I think you can risk 1 or 2 experts. Start poking in that damage so that you don't get like a draw, for example, because that would be the worst possible thing here for Kagri.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what do we got? What are Duff's options? We've been saying he's out of it. He might be able to pull something. He's staring at a Thancred.
Have we Rosa'd this turn?
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure.
Because if not, this Irvine could do some work.
Well, whatever he targets with the Irvine, chances are Rosa will activate the Unai, and then Unai will try and retrieve.
Yeah, and that's why I want to know. I don't think he's used the Rosa effect yet.
No, I don't think not for this scenario, because Rosa can be done during both players' turns.
Yeah.
So it's more than easy to activate that Unai on the stack and then use the Unai effect on the stack again to rescue whatever he's potentially lynching.
Looks like
guess not though.
Looks like we're.
Oh no, easily, not easily. Yep.
There we go. So we're gonna get one of them back.
He's going for the heck. He really wants to make a statement this game.
You are not allowed backups. I have deemed it so.
That astrologian. It looks like Graha's going to find out he's been eating a few too many KFCs and lose all that swole mass.
Yeah. So we got.
They're showing the hands. I think they're acknowledging this is GG.
I mean, there's still stuff that could be done, but the arc on the Irvine is nasty.
That's why he's done it. Yeah. You have one Lena alone betrayed.
This feels like death by 1,000 cuts.
Still not swinging either.
Yeah, this is death by 1,000 cuts. Is that a Lena though? Could S effect?
No, you can't. He drew an Odin with it.
Oh, that is unfortunate. Oh, the arcs are flying in this one. What's that? The 4th cast?
4th, 5th.
Yeah, it's absolutely brutal.
It's Jova.
Jova synthesis.
Yeah. Jonathan, you put on an absolute masterclass. Now get us to game 3, please.
Rebellion. Jonathan, finish him once and for all, goddammit.
To be fair, I totally understand it. And chat's right. He's in the rush. He's in the zone of, I can do this, and I can do this, and I can do this. And he wants to keep this going as long as he does, slowly sliding it. Please, please.
First damage, finally dealt to Duff. But,
Leviathan. Louis Soir.
So
Leviathan.
Dodging EX first. Dodging them.
Ooh. And we're warping the garnets as well, just in case we didn't have enough fodder as it is. And we're misdragoning the break zone. You're just not allowed cards.
He has just got it, right? The summons are just...
Christ, and that's a
Istola.
It's an Istola against the world.
But I think one's been removed and one's hit damage, so I think we can kiss goodbye to the S effect.
Yep.
It's crazy how, even though we did the effect on Chaos, that Chaos has managed to stick around.
Mm-hmm. It is death by 1,000 cuts.
It really is. Really, really is.
Fair play. That was really well pulled out of the back there, and especially to bounce back after that game 1. It just shows that the level of the quality players that we have playing at this top 16. How much time is on the round? If you give me 2 seconds, I will let you know.
Yeah. So, Duff is trying to math out a turn here. I don't know what it is that he thinks he can do. Yeah, a good idea there, Adam. Just Scoop might be the best. Try and force it through on game 3. It does feel like a bit of a foregone conclusion here. Steering Lethal and no board wipe. But Kitty's back. What we got?
We have 27 minutes left.
Yeah, Scoop, go game 3, I think. I think that is the only option you really got here.
He has an Ishtola. I don't think there's a way he can get the special.
No, I believe one has already been removed and one is damaged. Yeah.
He has one left in deck, the door colour. That's Alphino. That's the water Alphino from Opus 20, which... Well, that's a Garnet gone.
Yeah.
That achieves something. He's throwing down the cards and he's passing. And there's the Arc again. Discards. Poker player that's just shown to have 3 high.
3 high is brilliant. Yeah. Sometimes when you're trying to bluff your opponent, you've just got to have it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Flip him. Just flip him.
Yeah.
Just flip
him
him
quick. Get the game 3. Let's have you.
1, 2. There's the Ishtola. And...
Oh, I've been a bit hasty.
3.
There we
go. Game 3.
All right. So we have 1 apiece for elimination here.
Right. I'm going to leave you chatting for 2 seconds while I BRB.
Okay. So, both commanding wins on either side of the board. Does feel like Hagrid was playing with his food a bit there. But Duff, fair play to him for trying to keep himself in that game. But when you're staring down 4 forwards and lethal, no board wipe, what are you going to do? I don't think really there's much difference that Duff could have done in that game that wouldn't have got around it. I like the idea of playing the Irvine early, trying to get those summons out to the break zone, but it did run straight into the chaos. So that's the way it goes. That is FFTCG. Back and forth makes for the best watching. Berserk, you're right. There's about 24, 25 minutes left. So should be able to get a full game in here. It would be harsh if we went for a draw or any sort of double loss. Not sure what would the situation would be in that, but yeah, completely agree, Lismith. The Une loop, brutal, especially when you've got that caliber of summons, taking away the backups, Mist Dragon obviously taking away the break zone. Absolutely nuts.
Alright, so, I was trying to think of a reference to what I just witnessed. And I know it's not the best one, but the best I could do is... Have you ever seen the Robert Downey Jr. Sherlock Holmes films?
Yes.
Where he's talking and he's going through the systematic punches. That is what that felt like. It was meticulous, it was precise, he knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah, it was pretty neat, pretty well played. Kagri piloting like an absolute pro there.
Mm-hmm. Well, Duff will be on the play this time, going into round 3. Turns out a single Odin was all that separated a win from a loss.
Yeah, that is the way the cookie crumbles.
So, now both players have got a feel for how people want to play. I think we get an insight into Jonathan's play style, in that he really doesn't want to use his board wipes unless it is a last resort. If there is a way he can play through it, he will give it his best. Yeah,
again, in that second game, it felt like those 2 first points of damage on Kagri's side, having the Shantato and having the Mist Dragon hit one consecutively, it kind of felt like it was, I can now use this as a trap. And that I think was really well played. It may be psychological, from both players, and it may just be me overthinking it, but it did generally feel that, Duff could kind of relax a bit. I can go wide, I can play what I want with impunity, and that bit him.
It did. Now, are we seeing yet another replay of the first 2 games we've already had? I'm assuming by the fact that Duff is searching that he played the Sarah yet again. No, he's gone for the King for the Cane.
King first, changing it up.
King for the Cane. Do you remember? So King of Bermesia had a little errata, didn't it?
Yes, it did. Way back when. Because it's actually just forwards now. You can't search any Dragoon. Original printing was search job any job Dragoon, and that was it.
So, chat's asking about potential answers to Une. You've got Big Leviathan, Kukulane, Thancred, in theory, if he gets to a high enough number of cards. I'm not sure what Aranea's damage 5 cap is. Could you put Aranea up for me, please?
No.
Yeah, all right.
There we go. I tried first time.
That's the one. That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep, damage 5 and 5 or less. So no, Aranea can't touch it. So it is Leviathan, Cuchulainn, and Ishtola and Thancred. But Thancred he can't really count because it's got to be on attack as many water characters. I want to see if I'm not mistaken.
Let's have a look. The thing is as well, you would need the Ishtola out for that to give him haste pretty much. It can't sit there for a turn.
There's the boss man himself. Do you know what? It looks absolutely amazing. There's when Thancred attacks, choose an active forward. If the cost is equal to or less than the number of lightning forwards. Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening.
No, exactly.
In the meantime, we do actually have a game going on, and we've got an Ico and a Rydia. So, the Rydia is going to search for the Una, one would imagine.
No, I think I got the Ico and a
I've got the Ico, and the Ico's been in the app. Right,
so
we are up to speed. Sorry guys, you know how it is, you get a bit carried away from time to time. So, I see a Sarah in Duff's hand, and he's throwing it down, and since he's already got the King of Bermesia, this will be to get the Lena.
Yeah, fill those backups. Now that you know how easily Kagura can just shoot back and destroy all your backups, it feels bad to play the ones that can be targeted, but that's the way you gotta do it.
Yeah, Lena's EX effect, or rather its standard effect, not really helpful in this matchup. I don't think Jonathan runs much in the way of EXs outside of your Leviathans and your Kustis. Those are the only ones that are jumping out to me. Gabranth as well.
And he hit the Millwib in the first game as well, which was...
and the Moogles. That's it. Yeah. So it's probably looking at about 10 to 12. So you might get 1 or 2. That's probably about it. Here's the Hooded Man again. We're overpaying for this one. Shame on you, Duff. This looked much better the last game. What's gone on here?
Well, I mean, he did lose the last game, so maybe he's just trying something different.
So we got the Lena in hand, which he's ramping up to straight away.
And we're going swinging. Oh,
again!
Turn 1 chance auto. Oh.
This whole series has been deja vu.
Yeah. We are definitely still sat here. It's not a figment of our imagination or anything,
no,
right?
We're good. So, he drew his first draw was a Q-Sith, the next card was an EX Burst. It is what it is. It is a Millwib. 1, 2, please discard 1. There's a Leviathan for your troubles. And I also clock a Sarah in his hand, so he could play that. But did he want to keep ramping up his water backups? Irvine, we're really going in for the haste, so it needs to be 2 characters for Irvine to get haste.
And this time we can, and then also target the Ark, sorry.
Get the Ark out of here, and... Do you hit the Koos? I think you hit the Koos.
A Mist Dragon.
There's 2 of them, though. Is there any point in hitting the Mist Dragon? Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
and there's the Leviathan EX Burst.
Actually, not the worst.
Oh, he's chosen not to do it because of Lena. Wow,
and the Ark. So, that is...
That's 2 Arks down.
To break that down, Jonathan could only have resolved 1 Leviathan effect there, and it's bouncing an Irvine or a Hooded Man. Do you really want to bounce an Irvine and a Hooded Man? Just to give him a draw on the Lena as well? 2 Arks gone. Let me just... there, he does play 3. There is still 1 more available. But he's got to dig for it now.
Yeah, but he's also on the back foot and under pressure.
Ooh, those hits. Oh, that is so painful.
And 2 Mist Dragons gone. As a Grat here in the bin. In theory, Duff could run away with this.
This Irvine's just going to rip those 2 Mist Dragons without so much as a buy or leave.
Yeah. If we can see an Ishtola or something to go...
yeah, there it is. We got him to do it. We got him to do it. We got him to Toto.
There
Took
it
us
is.
3 games, but we're there.
First Toto after the damage one again.
It's another Irvine in hand.
There's
throw
a Lena.
Throw the Irvine down again. Throw the Irvine down again.
I think you can
No,
possibly
the Mist Dragons. The Mist Dragons are right there for the taking. Remove 2 characters, swing, remove another 2, the Mist Dragons.
Yeah, sit on the Scions for a turn, and you can go to town a bit, I think. I think he might think that he can be greedy here. It won't go for, like, gain this turn.
I was about to say, I was wondering if he's thinking he could. No, we're just going with the Irvine.
I like it.
So we just need 2 characters. There's Garnet and Sarah. Nice
Goodbye.
and easy. Swing, remove the 2 Mist Dragons.
2 combat.
Oh, okay.
We're leaving 1 Mist Dragon there.
Alright, sure. There's another Sarah. Nice bit of damage for him. Duff is sitting pretty.
But again, Cactuars proved in game 2 that this can flip on his head at any point.
Yep.
Ooh.
As apparently they get up.
What's happening there? Oh, there is a disabled ramp behind them, guys. So it could have been someone maybe trying to get past the table or something like that.
Sure. So, where does Jonathan go from here? We see a Una, so that's his 5 backups. I'm trying to... There's an arc in his hand. There's an arc in his hand.
Can he hard cast it, though? I don't think he's thinking that.
Yeah, not this turn.
Okay.
He's potentially staring lethal if Duff drew Aaron... So he's got Aranea, he's got Lena.
Yeah, so...
Is there a potential lethal angle here? He needs 2 sources of attacks.
He's not, though. He's not. He needs 3.
Irvine's already on foot. Oh, Irvine's already on field.
Oh, so you need 2 additional.
Two additional... sorry, clarification. 2 additional sources of haste. Nope, looks like we're not going it for this turn. We're just going for the Astrologian.
Well, there's
Irvine S.
an Irvine. I think that's what he took.
And yeah, taking the Irvine S effect's not a bad shout.
He's still... 2 LSA in the bin. Irvine in hand, Grahat here, Lena.
I think you just swing 1 and chill. Do you? So then that gives the Arc a window to potentially do something, but Arc will be the only thing unless a Chaos is drawn. Chaos Arc will be the only thing done on that turn.
You gotta think that it's highly likely at this point, though, right?
It's a strange one. We're coming up to the end game. No, the Avengers are being assembled. Thanos' army is out there.
It is inevitable.
It is Iron Man. So, how do... He's passing.
Yeah.
He's taking the supposed safe route of just swinging with the Irvine, guaranteeing no break zone.
To be honest, I think I like just the Irvine here. If you're going to hard cast the Arc, I think you're alright with it. Or we're going to play a Shadow Lord. Okay. Shadow Lord is dark. That is probably telegraphing the fact that...
He hasn't got Chaos. Oh, no.
That
Shadow
he
Lord
has
is
an
dark.
Arc.
Yeah. Because he's left 2 up. That Arc is live.
Yeah. It might telegraph that fact. But there's not a lot that we can really do about it.
He drew a Kukulane. Blanket. Blank the Shadow Lord. It becomes Earth again.
Yeah.
Blank the Shadow Lord. Blank the Shadow Lord.
No, do it.
Blank the Shadow... No.
Now we can cast it with impunity because... Okay. We're going after the Urianger off of the Graha. And yet Kaguri's still not responding. So maybe he doesn't have the Arc. We've lost 2 already.
Are we just reading too much into it and he doesn't have the Arc? There's the Tola. So if it's going to happen, it needs to happen now.
It feels like, though, he played the Shadow Lord for that singular break on purpose, though. Yeah,
to be able to have the Dark card to make the Arc cheaper. He's got 2 backups.
I think that if you... Yeah, he's now looking... No.
Is he waiting for the Ishtola? Because the Ishtola's the one you want to break.
I think as a defensive measure, you Kukulane here. You have to, otherwise you're in trouble. He's discarding it, though.
Is he doing it? Oh, no.
Also, he's just paid that with water and water. You might want to...
Yeah.
Go have a shout.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's the Arc as well. There we go. That's sorted out the payment for the Ishtola. Gosh, you're going to target the Shadow Lord.
That was all you, that spot. Good job.
Yeah, he had the Arc, and now the Ishtola's going bye-bye. But Duff is thinking, I don't think he's got anything there.
So...
He's going to lose the Irvine he had in hand.
Duff, why didn't you use the Kuka lane?
He walked straight into a slammed door to the face. This could swing momentum, but not heavily.
So what is Arc targeting? I've seen the Ishtola.
Ishtola, yeah. And we've still got a 10k Grahat here, so it's not terrible.
Yes.
But Duff will lose the Irvine in hand.
So what he definitely needs to do is dull this Ishtola to give first strike. Has he got Lena special? Has he got Lena special?
Not anymore.
He does.
Oh, okay,
He does. He does have Lena. Okay, so we're getting a bit too hypey there.
So we're just going after an Irvine.
Yep. Remove the two.
Yeah, fine. That's the third and final arc.
That's
then.
Arc gone.
Yeah.
And then you need to dull Tola to give Graha haste.
Yep. Apply the pressure. Oh, no, he didn't. Oh,
yeah,
wait, there we go. Okay,
yeah,
okay.
He did.
Thought I missed that.
Ooh, that's a free card.
Moogle hit.
That's a free card. Except Duff. Yeah, he's going for it. He's like, nope, I need it. Duff gets a free card. Jonathan gets a free card.
Yeah, and there goes that Hecker. We're not going with the back of destruction this game.
Jacko's asking, he can... Oh, that's a point. Right.
Oh,
John,
sorry. Go running. That's a good catch there, Jacko. Thank you also for tuning in. So, it's a bit gutting for Duff, because that would have been the third and final one. Not sure. It looks like we got a judge at the table asking something with regard, or having something to do with Rydia. So, not sure. But we're going to remove the 3 CP Hackathon chair as well.
Jacko, you absolute beauty, coming in clutch there.
So, Adam, just for knowledge, the arc was still on the stack when the Lena effect happened. Bringing the Irvine in, the arc wouldn't be in the break zone yet to be able to remove it.
Mm-hmm. It's still technically on the board being cast.
Yeah, exactly. So now we have lethal. We have lost nothing to removal from the lightning. It I guess played just as an additional blocker. And there's lightning. I think this might be game.
Ooh. Lightning's big. Lightning against lightning. Which dress is the best?
I like big beat stick water removal personally,
Yeah.
but we're just gonna blow it up.
Handshakes.
Oh,
that was a game, guys. Do you know what? I don't know about you guys, but I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
That was fun. It was entertaining. It is exactly what we want from a top cut match.
Yeah.
English.
Now we are gonna have a lunch break here, guys. What we are going to do, though, is we are going to leave the gameplay table live, and we'll hopefully have some people on. Hopefully, I believe, was...
We'll see what we can sort out.
Are we not saying names, or...?
We will try. So what is currently happening, for those of you not in the know, is Kageyama is currently participating in the Commons side event.
And apparently is taking names as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
if timing syncs up perfectly, we will hopefully get him on this table while we're munching away.
Yeah.
To just give you a little game and show off some of his skills.
Yeah, we're not sure if we'll commentate on top, but we can always jump in and out with what have you, but we will keep an eye on it.
Mm-hmm.
And if not, possibly a gunslinger game might be done. If not, we'll just try and get someone on the table.
Yeah, at worst case, there will be a match on stream for you guys to kick back, relax, grab a drink, grab some food, and take a breather. I don't know about you, but I need a breather after
that one. Yeah, I could do with some calming down. That was a real back and forth.
We may see if we can get Duff in again for a couple minutes.
Oh yeah, of course. We haven't done an interview yet.
We'll grab Duff and then we'll go for lunch. So stick with us, guys.
Be right back.
Hey guys, we're back after that absolute roller coaster of a match. Duffman himself is here after finally calming himself down.
He looks like a man bedragged through the absolute dirt to get here.
So I've just got to start with the obvious question. How do you feel after that game 2?
Have you ever seen a dog with a welly? Just ragged on him and all that. Like, there was no justice in that. It's like I should just concede, but my EXs are better. It's like, James, doesn't matter if you don't have one backup.
You had no board whatsoever.
You really did.
It was really funny because for the first 2 games, the turns were very mirrored.
We're civilized.
Yeah.
We went 2 turns each, that kind of things.
It turned uncivilized real quick, though.
The big difference between game 1 and game 2 was the Odin.
Yes.
How big an impact did that have?
The stat got super weird in that. The moment of like, I didn't realize that I could hit my own forwards. I had to like double check. I'm like, I know I'm on stream as well. Like, thank you all, by the way, for calling out all my misplays and everything else. Thank you for that. But like, I was like, does this work? Can I actually like ruin his day? Like, yes. I was like, go on, throw the other arc at me. Do it. You're gonna have the third. He didn't. Saved that game. Entirely saved that game. Yeah. The plan was burn out as much dark cards as they have, kind of things. And the game 2, just you saw the damage it can do. You can see that infinite loop. It's like it doesn't matter what I have, I'm just dead. Because you might have seen in game 2, I had 7 CP Thancred, and I had 4 water cards with Thancred. I'm like, I think I showed the camera. I'm like, he's just gonna arc that, so I'm free and I have no targets. I'm like,
you know it's coming.
the infinite rage.
I mean, there was a moment in game 3 because the Shadow Lord came down, and we're like, "Oh, that's a dark. That means Arc is very cheap." And then you drew the Cuckoo Lane, and we're screaming, "Cast the Cuckoo Lane! Just cast it, and then you're home clear."
Really? Oh,
because it turns back to Earth.
Yeah, and he would have cast the Arc.
Oh, that's a dark.
Yeah. It's the dark on damage 5, but then you Cuckoo Lane it, and it's back to Earth.
I just made us 1k and angry.
No, it's dark.
Oh, no. He was awful angry.
I'm out. I thought it just was a 1k angry boy.
Yeah, we were calling.
No,
for
he
it.
turns dark.
Yeah.
If Chaos and Shadow Lord are on the same field,
yeah, we were calling for it. Chat were calling for it.
Oh, chat! Why are you so good at the game? Stop it.
But overall, it was an absolute banger.
My boy Irvine.
Irvine put in
so
much work.
Still bad. I think I messed up my CPU maybe once because I had the Irvine in hand. I was like, but I wanted the Lena special. I'm like, this will be more crippling because the moment you do summons and breaks on, they're mine. Yeah. Tired of that, and yeah.
There we go. Right.
Sorry, go see.
We'll wrap it up quickly. Do you know who you're playing in top 8?
You're getting a YYT cannibalism.
It's a mirror match. So
against Steve D in the
YYT.
YYT.
Our round 1
Duff
versus
and
our round 2.
Dolman duking it out.
Yeah. My money's on Dolman. Like, no, stonks.
After that performance.
Well,
oh god, right guys, we got some more banger games to go. We will go for a quick break. We got lunch. We will have some exhibitions in the background. Hopefully it's cagged. If not, something else will be just as entertaining. So we'll see you guys in a bit. Catch you in a bit.